back again, my brothers and my sisters, in the chat room. Greetings to everyone. Hope you had a good week. Today we are here to preview the Leicester and Arsenal game. As you can see with my jacket, I'm a proud Arsenal supporter. We are here to preview the Premiership, the games that we have coming, all the games. We are looking at all the games. Come to look at all the games, predict the scoreline, and we see what happens after. So let's go. Welcome back. So today we are going to talk about the Arsenal. Yeah. The first thing I want us to talk about is we look at the previous game, what actually happened, what we did, how we won the game. And to be frank and sincere with you guys, yeah, we played, I'll say 60% or 50 or 60% of our capability, yeah. And I always say a mark of a champion is sometimes you don't play at your best, but you're able to pick up something. Yeah. And since we've lost a couple of games, we drew one, and I think if you want to factor the FA Cup, then we've lost about 3 games and draw 1, leading to the Aston Villa game. And it was dicey because if you don't win that game, the pressure will increase from already, it was about 80%, it would have gone to 150. But they were able to handle the situation very well. And we won the game. We won the game. And if you dip it, yeah, and go back to the January signings we did, you might not really appreciate, or everybody wants a 90, 70 million player, and then, but if you look at the experience we added to the squad, it will pay off at the end of the season. Just mark my words, it will pay off. So looking at that game and looking at what happened, the last minute Jorginho shot, a very inexperienced player would not attempt to take that shot. Yeah, but with his experience, he knew what is on the line, and he could have taken any kind of backlash that would have come. But he took the gamble, and we won. We won 3-0. So now we've set ourselves, we've actually ended the drought. Yeah, and we want to now move on, go back to what we were doing and doing it best, bashing and slapping teams right and left. I'm saying we are going to face tougher oppositions now because a lot of teams respect us now. We have to accept it. You see, when you look at it, teams that face Man U, they still believe they can win against Man U, so they go in all out. They are not setting up to defend and marking. Like, look at Saka, for example. People are doubling up on him, like 3, 4 players, and the back line is always like 5 or 6 people defending, and it's very tough to break teams like that down. And it doesn't happen to like a team like United or Chelsea or even Tottenham. Yeah, so it is the respect that teams has for us. So let's move. As we move forward, we will look at the lineup, the possible lineups that my lineup. So with the Leicester game, with Leicester, they've lost. I think they won. They are like unpredictable team because they won against what do you call it, Tottenham, convincing. But strangely, instead the chances they had in the first half, if they have taken those chances, Man U wouldn't have won the game. You know, but that is football. That is football. So we move. Now we are going to face them. We are going there. Last season we went there, we won 2. And I think we can do it again. If not better. You understand? So yes, I think first we have to look at the possible lineup, and then after the lineup we can look at the prediction. So with Arsenal, I think I'll definitely go with Ramsdale in goal. You know, I think next week with the UEFA Cup starts, but we have a game. I think on the 1st of March we have a game with Everton. So, yeah, so I'll go with Ramsdale. I'll go with the normal, like the team we went with, the same team we used, like the same lineup in the Aston Villa game, which is Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko. And you see, sometimes when you listen to opposition fans, you think we have the worst defenders, or we have, but if you look at the way, yes, every defender makes a mistake. I always say this. This is my principle in when it comes to football. If nobody makes a mistake, you will not win a game. So the mistake could come from a defender, or it could come from the midfield because of positioning. Yeah. If you don't position yourself well, or you misplace a pass, it will lead to a goal. It doesn't make that player a totally useless player. It happens. That is football. You've been outwitted. Yeah. You can, and then individual errors can happen, because at the end of the day, they are human. Yeah. So I'll pick the same back four. I'll pick the same back for this game. And then Partey has always, I'm a Ghanaian, yeah. I'm a Ghanaian. And Partey has always been, I love him. At the same time, he frustrates me to bits, because times when we need him, he goes, I won't say he goes missing, because at the end of the day, like I said, it frustrates me because I want him to be able to play. Yeah. Those are key games, but it's just unfortunate. He goes get himself injured, or he's nursing some injury or something, and we have to manage him. That is why it is good we have Jorginho with all the experience. Let's not forget the trophies that guy has won. If he's not that good, he wouldn't be playing in those kind of games to be winning those kind of trophies. He has won the Champions League, So yeah, I'll go with midfield. I'll go with the obvious three: Odegaard, Xhaka, and Jorginho in the sitting role. I know Shaka's form has dipped a little bit, but he needs this kind of games. At least if he plays about 50, 60 minutes, he will pick up again. And then the right side, we know we don't have a choice. It's Saka or nobody, actually. And so we will go with Xhaka, and then the striker will go with Eddie, and then hopefully in a couple of games time, maybe Jesus will be back on the bench or something, and then we can move from there, because Nketiah has done a good job. He has held the fort well. Flowers need to be given, And then this is where I'll still bench Martinelli. The reason is that we have a game coming after this game at home on the 1st against Everton. Yeah, and this game I'll play Martinelli. So I'll rather play Trossard with against what do you call it, Leicester today, then maybe a couple of days time play Martinelli. So I'll keep Trossard in his position, no changes. So these are my lineup: Ramsdale, White, Gabriel, Saliba, Zinchenko. And then you have Jorginho, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Nketiah up front. With Leicester, well, tomorrow Maddison is injured. Tomorrow, he's also very, very frustrating player, because he gets injured a lot. So I cannot predict their lineup. What I can predict is Arsenal's lineup. And now I want us to look at the scoreline and see at the end of the day, what would the prediction be? For me, I'll be going with Arsenal 3, Leicester 1, because they are capable of scoring. It could be even a higher scoreline, because these days we've been conceding goals a lot. That is another problem we need to fix. But for now, I would go with Trossard scoring in this game. And then Eddie needs a goal. So the front three, I hope Trossard, Eddie Nketiah, and Saka will be on the scoreline. It will be a 3-1 goal. And yeah, so that is my scoreline. The next phase will be the prediction of the entire league matches for the weekend. So let's go just this break, and then after that, we give the predictions for the Okay, we are back. So actually, we have to go through the fixtures this weekend. We have Everton versus Aston Villa. Everton is playing at home, and I think with this one, this is my personal prediction. I think Everton find it difficult to score goals, but they need to, because of the position they are in. And Aston Villa too, they've not been able to win. I think this will be their fourth game. If they don't win this one, then 4 games they've not won, and Emery will be a little bit pressure, So I think this one, Everton would edge it 2-1. Everton 2, Aston Villa 1. And the next game is Leeds versus Southampton. Southampton, they went to Chelsea and they shut the bridge down. Yeah. But Leeds needs a point. Leeds need not a point, but they need a win. So I'll predict that Leeds would win to, I think, 2-1 again. I'm going for Leeds. It will be a very tight and very pressured game. And I hope the referees will be able to control, because it will be a tough game, because both of them need the point. Yeah. One is on 19 and one is 20th or something. So it is not going to be an easy match, but the advantage is always with the home team. So if Leeds take their chances and defend properly, then they can nick this one 2-1. Yeah. And then we move on to West Ham and Nottingham Forest. West Ham is at home, and they are also in the relegation zone. So yes, if Nottingham Forest win this one, then the gap between them and West Ham will be about 8. So gradually, Nottingham Forest is pulling away from the relegation zone. So West Ham actually needs to win this one. Yeah, my friend Peter, your West Ham team. Yeah, I'll predict this one. I'll predict a 3-1 for West Ham, because if West Ham lose this one, I don't think Moyes will stay. I think they would sack him. Whichever way, I think he will go at the end of the season. That is what I think. But all he needs to do now is to try and keep them up. But if he loses this one, I don't think the fans will take it. But I predict a 3-1 for West Ham. Then we have Bournemouth and Man City. As an Arsenal fan, I want to put on my bias hat and predict that I would love to predict that Man City will lose. But there's a reason why Bournemouth is where they are. Yeah. They are where they are because they cannot put a win together. Yeah. Although they are home. But you never know because they won their last game away. So maybe they might try to put, surprise everyone. Anything can happen in football. I've been a footballer before. You know, teams you think you can just go and run over them, you go and then they slap you. You understand? So as much as I want Man City to lose and for us Arsenal to win and extend our lead, which will benefit us. But I cannot see them losing. I don't want to say I cannot see them losing. Anything is possible, but I want to predict Man City 3, Bournemouth 1. And then Crystal Palace. I love Crystal Palace. It's one of my second team or whatever. You know, I just like something about that team. Yeah. And because of Vieira too, you know. So I'll predict this one, Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Liverpool supporters, don't come after me, man. Don't come after me. I'm just predicting. Yeah. Crystal Palace will win this one 2-1. Because Liverpool is on the low after being mashed up, slapped at Anfield. Yeah. Mentality, mentality monsters. Yeah. I think I remember you. If you remember the year they were supposed to win the league, and Gerrard slipped. That is where they went and actually lost the league. There, I think it was the Crystal Palace game that killed them. Because had they not, they could have won the league, even though Gerrard slipped. So I'm going to predict this one 2-1 to Crystal Palace. 2-1 to Crystal Palace. And then the biggest game, or one of the biggest game for this weekend, yeah, is the Tottenham and Chelsea, Spurs and Chelsea. And this one, Tottenham is at home. Their record against Chelsea is very, very awful. It is awful. It stinks. But the form in which Chelsea are in now, if Tottenham don't win this game, but because we know what Tottenham can do and be a Spurs at the end of the day, yeah, the Spursy, if they don't win this game, they are playing at home in their stadium, and they've never won a game against Chelsea in that stadium. So this is the time, because they've picked up a little bit of form. They were able to win the game the last time, their last game. So they need to win this one. And I'm going for a 2-0 win because Chelsea cannot score for their life. Yeah, they cannot score. I think next season they are going to buy other teams to have, because already they have about 35 players. I think they want 67 players where they can, today, okay, tomorrow they pick this player. So with this one, I'm going for Tottenham 2-0. And then the final game is not actually a Premier League game, but it's the Carabao Cup final. And if you follow things on social media, you could tell a lot of people are like it's already a win for United. But we've seen a lot of shocks in finals. Yeah. For me as an Arsenal fan, one final that really hurt me to date, if you take out the Champions League, was the 2000, was it the year 2000? Yeah, the 2000 FA Cup. The year 2000 FA Cup final against Liverpool. Oh, that thing, it still hurts me to today. I never ever believed that we could have lost that game. And the manner in which we lost, with all the controversies, and it's a final, you know. I can go back and pick some other finals that people never, against Birmingham. We played against Birmingham, I think in 2008, if I'm right. Everybody thought, oh, because in that season already, in that season, I think we've slapped them already. They drew with us, and this, but you could tell, that it's a final. I think I remember an FA Cup game between Man City and I think Wigan. Yeah, back then, Wigan. Wigan won the game 1-0. Nobody believed it. So anything can. Man U supporters can be as cheeky and as boastful as they always are, and deluded as they always are. They can just go about say, "Oh, we'll win this." It is a final. Anything can happen. And for me, I want to predict a win for Newcastle, a 2-1 win for Newcastle. And my reason is not only my dislike for Man U or something, but it is, I'm also looking at Man U just played a game this Thursday. Yeah, a very tough game actually. They won, but the first half they were not a good team. They actually that is football, but they won at the end of the day. I think it somebody can say, or somebody will say it will be a momentum for them. But the time, they don't have enough time, to recover. That is what I think. That is what I think. You can disagree with me, but because of that reason, that is why I'm predicting a 2-1. Or it could even go to extra time and penalties, and whoever make the good save, and that will be it. So this is my preview of the Premiership and the Carabao Cup final. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Gamma Sanjin. I'm me. Like, share, and subscribe for more content, sports content on my page. Thank you.